Smart 24, driving business.
Welcome back from that short break. We are still with you with more insights from financial markets in East Africa, Africa, and the world at large. But as we left off, we're still giving you some insights from the Nairobi Securities Exchange, and we wanted to go deeper into IGAD and see what its performance was like as of yesterday, to deeper understand why its dynamics are playing as they are, and their share price and their year-to-date performance, and generally everything that concerns the company's stock. So, Gloria.
Well, IGAD Limited is principally engaged in growing and selling of coffee. During the year ended December 31st, 2005, the area bearing coffee was 131 hectares, and the quantity of coffee harvested was up to around 233 tons of clean weight equivalent, actually. So the ultimate holding companies is Campaign International Intercultures SA. So IGAD Limited is actually listed on the Nairobi Securities Exchange and under the ticker symbol of IGAD. So the international securities identification number of this IGAD is around KE00000208. What do you have for us concerning the numbers and the performance of IGADs?
So shifting our focus to the numbers, as of yesterday, IGAD closed off at 11.80 Kenyan shillings per share, and this was recording a 9.2% drop from the previous closing price of 13 Kenyan shillings, which is a big one. But IGAD actually began there with a share price of 10.50 Kenyan shillings and has since lost 12.4% on that price valuation. But this is ranking it the 14th on the Nairobi Securities Exchange in terms of year-to-date performance, and investors should, however, take caution of IGAD's recent poor performance, having lost over 12% of its value in the past 4 weeks. So it hasn't been quite a fun period, as the year is yet to close for IGAD. But Gloria, what do you have for us concerning the position and the recent averages?
Well, Victor, IGAD is actually the 46th most traded stock on the Nairobi Stock Exchange over the past 3 months. We are looking at August 28th to November 27th, 2023. IGAD has actually traded a total volume of around 46,900 shares in around 64 deals, valued at around 1.03 million Kenyan shillings over the period, with an average of around 1,221 traded shares per session, and a volume high of 21,600 that was achieved on September 4th for the same period.
Well, those are the insights from IGAD, and as you can see, there is a clear warning to hold your horses if you are hoping to dive into IGAD's environment or IGAD's family. But let's hope for the best as the year closes, and as the new year comes in, we're hoping to see that these stocks take the high road and go back to where they started this year from. But we wanted to shift our focus to other important news coming in from Africa's airline financial problems, and we've been noticing that African airlines have been facing different financial challenges, and this is not coming as a surprise ever since the COVID-19 pandemic. But we're looking at a special coverage on the state of the African aviation, and this is actually, it was live from the African Airlines Association 55th Annual General Meeting in Kampala, Uganda, joined by my colleague Gloria. But we have some intriguing developments to discuss, particularly regarding the challenges and opportunities facing the continent's airlines.
Indeed, and looking at this, it has been an eventful opening in this session, actually. The one thing that stood out was the stern critique directed at Nigeria over its mounting debt on these airlines. And we have AL awardee Itai's Vice President for Africa and the Middle East that did minimize his word calling.
Well, Looking at all this, we're noticing that it was quite rare tongue lashing, and it was underscoring the gravity of the issue. But Nigeria owes a staggering $850 million, which is more than a third of the total 2.35 billion US dollars in blocked funds globally. So looking at this, these funds are actually crucial for airlines to operate smoothly, and the fact that Nigeria is a powerhouse in Africa, it is facing a financial predicament, is a cause of concern. But it's not just about Nigeria's debt. The high operating costs in Africa's airports, especially in Abuja and Lagos, are also raising eyebrows, with passengers a service charge of $100. So these airports are the most expensive to fly to in Africa, and this, coupled with the country's status as the 10th largest oil exporter globally, it is prompting questions about how such a scenario aligns with the broader vision of the single African air transport market.
Well, Victor, thank you for those insights concerning the airlines. Now, shifting our focus to the rest of Africa, we are looking at South Africa and Johannesburg's stock exchange. And we are going to dissect yesterday's trading session, and it's a pleasure to actually be in South Africa, always offering an intriguing landscape for analysis. So looking at Monday's trading session, we had a total of around 2,000,000 actually. 745,846 shares that were traded on the JSE in around 297,046 deals, amounting to a market value of around 13 billion rand. So in comparison with the previous trading day, we observed a 5% improvement in volume, a 11% improvement in the number of deals, and the current market capitalization stands at around 19.4 trillion rands.
Quite a dynamic market, but we had about 308 Johannesburg securities listed equities in action, and we ended with about 90 gainers as well as 207 losers. But we're looking at Accidents Health that led the gainers with an impressive 19.4%. That was a share price appreciation, and actually this company's significant gain is attributed to positive company-specific developments, as well as favorable industry trends or market sentiment towards healthcare and wellness stocks. So investors might be reacting to specific news or anticipating robust financial performance from the health company.
Well, on the flip side, we have Ellis Holding that experienced a substantial 28.57% price depreciation, making it actually the biggest loser. So in your expertise, Victor, what challenges or market dynamics could be contributing to Ellis's performance?
Ellis Holdings' decline might be influenced by various factors, but in this case, we're choosing to focus on company-specific challenges, industry headwinds, and broader economic conditions. But investors should delve into Ellis Holdings and study their financial health and, of course, their operational dynamics. This can help you to better understand the reasons behind their significant drop.
Indeed, and Sibanye Stillwater recorded the highest volume of traded shares with around 27.4 million. So the highest trading volume of this Sibanye Water suggests that investors are active and interested in the liquidity of the stock. It's actually a key player when it comes to the mining sector, and such high volumes could be attributed to its significance on the stock and South Africa's market. So investors could be just responding to the recent developments within the company, the industry trends, and maybe the broader economic factors.
Looking at the market indices and seeing what is coming from there, we're focusing on the all-share index, the J203, that showed about 342.52 points, closing at 75,369.88. So this was quite a significant move, and the decline in the all-share is indicating a bearish sentiment in the market as of Monday. So it is crucial to invest investigate the underlying factors contributing to this decline. Global economic conditions, geopolitical events, or sector-specific challenges could be influencing the overall market sentiment.
Indeed, and the different performances of these indices could actually be attributed to specific factors, or maybe industries outperforming others. It's also common to see variations in the index movements reflecting the diverse nature of the equities listed on the JSE, and investors should explore the specific drivers behind this indices market and the movements for a comprehensive understanding.
Overall, the Johannesburg Securities Exchange has experienced a year-to-date gain of 3.18%, and how would you interpret this kind of context of from a broader economic trend and global market dynamics?
Well, looking at the year-to-date gain, this actually suggests a resilience and the positive sentiment from the JSE. Even in the face of these global uncertainties, investors should actually consider the broader economic landscape and also monitor developments in the key sectors to make informed investment decisions.
Indeed, but before we leave Johannesburg, just to focus on one of the entities that haven't been getting the most attention as of late, we want to look through these stocks. Already, Johannesburg Securities Exchange is a large securities exchange. It has so many entities on it, and all of them are always on battle to bring out the best. But Gloria, what do you have from that end?
We're looking at Arcadis Health, which is a South Africa-based international health and wellness company marketing these leading brands and products. It's actually a limited drug manufacturer that provides and also produces, distributes these health products for the human, animal, and plant makers. So it has around 4 segments. This is consumer, this is phytovet, this is farmer made, and the international at large. And it also, this farmer vet segment actually supplies health requirements. Yeah, exactly. So looking into our performance on Arcadis Health, Victor, what do you have for us?
Well, we have seen some remarkable performance as of yesterday, and we have noticed it's actually topping the gainers as of today. So we are yet to see a lot happening, because of course we are looking at factors like upcoming projects that are helping investors to react in a positive way when it comes to their stock. So we are hoping to see the best, and we're hoping that the stock keeps that high road. Indeed,
Victor, and it actually closed this last trading day at around 0.80 rands per share on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, recording a 19.4% gain over its previous closing price of 0.67 rands. So it actually began the year with a share price of 0.65 rands and since gained 23.1% on that share price valuation, ranking it the 61st on the JSE in terms of year-to-date performance. And knowing this stock has actually accrued around 18% over the past 4-week period, this is 29th, and it's actually the best on the JSE.
Well, let's not skip the fact that it is the 103rd most traded stock on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and that has been so for the past 3 months. So it has traded a volume of about 29.8 million shares in about 862 deals valued at 21.6 million rands over the period. This is leaving us with an average of 473,089 traded shares per session, a volume high of 14.2 million, and that was achieved on November 27th, and a low of 112 on November 17th of the same period.
Well, thank you for those insights, Victor. And looking into one of our losers on Johannesburg Stock Exchange yesterday, we have Mahube Infrastructure Limited, which is formerly known as GR Infrastructure Limited. It's actually an invested company that offers investors exposure to infrastructure assets and the South African company at large. So this company actually invests in large-scale infrastructure assets that operational actually de-risk in the energy, transport, and as well as water and sanitation sectors. And it also presents investors with a portfolio of infrastructures, assets that are operational, present low on investment risk, and income generating assets. So going straight up to the numbers, Victor, what do you have for us?
So their current share price as we speak is at 4.25 rands, and it closed yesterday's trading day with that exact figure. But it is recording a 12.2% drop from its previous closing price of 4.84 rands, and it actually began the year with the 5.81 rands per share, but has since lost 26.9% of that price valuation. This is ranking it the 339th on the Johannesburg Securities Exchange in terms of year-to-date performance.
Indeed, thank you for those insights, Victor. That's what we heard from South Africa and the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Now, shifting our focus to West Africa, we are looking at Nigeria and the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and dissecting its trading analysis as of Monday, November 27th, 2023. So what do you have for us, Victor, concerning the Nigerian Stock Exchange?
Well, on Monday, we were left with a total of 746,666,594 shares, and they were traded in about 9,267 deals, which was corresponding to a market value of 5,945,253,117.08. And compared to the previous trading day, observing a 28% improvement in volume, a 39% improvement in turnover, as well as a 35% improvement in the number of deals. So the current market capitalization is standing at a significant 39 trillion Nigerian naira. Indeed,
Victor, quite a robust market there, and it's actually interesting to note that 124 Nigerian listed equities participated in trading as of yesterday, with 32 gainers and 21 losers. We have FBN Holdings that did the gainers with a notable 10% share price appreciation. So in your opinion, what could be influencing these factors and such a movement in the broader market?
FBN Holdings gain could actually be influenced by several factors, but as any reasonable investor, you select the best. And in this case, we're looking at positive economic indicators and the strong financial performance they have been showing as of recent. But we're also looking at specific company developments, and investors are likely to respond to FBN's holding resilience and potential growth prospects in the banking sector.
Indeed, and conversely, we have consolidated Hallmark Holdings that actually experienced a significant 54.13% share price depreciation on yesterday's trading session, making it the biggest loser on the market. So the substantial decline in this consolidated Hallmark Holdings could be attributed to company-specific challenges, various industry trends, or the broader economic conditions affecting the insurance sector. So investors should actually dive into the financial health of this company and potential dynamics of consolidated Hallmark Holdings for a more comprehensive understanding of its market.
Universal Insurance Company recorded the highest volume of traded shares with 161 million, and looking at this, the high trading volume of the company is actually suggesting active investor interest and liquidity in the stock. So investors are responding to these developments within the insurance sector and the changing regulatory environments, as well as the broader economic factors influencing the insurance industry.
And looking into the market indices, the benchmark all-share index of the Nigerian Stock Exchange inched up by around 123.33 points, closing at around 71,353.81. So in your opinion, Victor, how significant is this movement on the market?
Well, the marginal uptick in the all-share index is showing positive sentiment on the market, and it is crucial to actually investigate the underlying factors contributing to this kind of movement. But global economic conditions and geopolitical events, as well as sector-specific developments, could be influencing the overall market sentiment.
Indeed, and despite this overall positive movement, it's actually interesting to note that the Nigerian Top 30 Index and the Nigerian Industry Index showed more modest gains. And what could be driving these factors and performances of these two indexes?
The varied performances among the indices highlight the diversity of the Nigerian equities and the market at large. But different sectors or industries may have unique drivers and challenges, and this is actually leading to varying index movements. But investors should continue to explore the specific dynamics and influencing each index for a well-rounded perspective.
Indeed, and moving on to one of our top gainers in yesterday's trading session, we have John Holt PLC, that is actually an active in engineering, licensing and trade of distribution through its businesses units in Nigeria. And this company actually assembles and sells generator sets and lasers boards and air conditioners and generators. So its offers maintenance, actually logistic and depot services. It's listed on the Nigeria Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol of John Holt, if you're interested in investing in this one. But getting straight up to the numbers, Victor, what do you have for us?
Its current share price is at 1.87 Nigerian naira, and it closed off at that very price. But this is actually showing a 10% gain over its previous closing price of 1.70 Nigerian naira, and we're not underlooking the fact that it began the year with 0.73 Nigerian naira per share, and it has since gained 156% on that price valuation. This is ranking it the 32nd on the Nigerian Securities Exchange in terms of year-to-date performance. So shareholders can be optimistic about John Holt, knowing that the stock has actually accrued 19% over the past 4-week period, being the 31st best on the Nigerian Securities Exchange.
Indeed, and moving on to the losing side, and among our losers, looking at Consolidated Hallmark Holdings PLC, a holding company, actually one of the top general businesses and special risk insurance underwriters in Nigeria. In the last 10 years, the company actually played a leadership role in underwriting of the key instructions and transactions of aviation, oil and gas, marine cargo, and how businesses as well as the motor insurance business. Actually, this is leveraging it at our capabilities and unique skills of the entire group, and the company provides premium risk management to its clients. Now, going up to the numbers, Victor, what do you have for us?
They closed off yesterday's trading day with 0.50 Nigerian naira per share, and this was actually recording a 54.1% drop from its previous closing price of 1.09 Nigerian naira. So Consolidated Hallmark began the year with a share price of 0.67 Nigerian naira, but has since lost 25.4% of that price valuation. This is ranking it the 153rd on the Nigerian Securities Exchange in terms of year-to-date performance. But in this case, shareholders' worries are actually being compounded by the fact that Consolidated Hallmark Holdings has actually lost 51% of the stock's value from October 30th to date.
Thank you, Victor. Then what do you have for us looking at the position of Consolidated Holdings?
Well, their position, looking at the previous trading day, it hit them hard, and we're already noticing that they've been going downhill since October, but they're still maintaining the 15th position as the most traded stock on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And over the past 3 months, we're talking from August 29th to November 27th of this very year, and they have traded a total volume of 574 million shares in 2,771 deals, and this was all valued at 603 million Nigerian naira over the period. This was leaving us with an average of 9.11 million traded shares per session, and a volume high of 71.5 million was achieved on October 3rd of the same period.
Well, thank you for those insights, Victor. That's what we heard from Nigeria Stock Exchange in West Africa. Thank you for joining us today and watching us as we dissect the various insights and the trading summaries of these various stock exchanges and the various big giants on the market. It's me, Nampija Gloria, together with
Victor Chiberu.
Thank you.